Hi, welcome to Story Time on the Back Porch. I'm so excited. I have visited the state of Alaska and I have learned so much about the Athabascan people. Those are people who have lived in Alaska for thousands of years, and I found a wonderful storybook to share with you. My name is Lisa, this is Lily Bell, and this is Lila, and let's learn about Alaskan people together. This is called Alaska Boots for Chelsea by Phyllis Adams, and the illustrations are by Katleen Lynch. Let's meet Chelsea. Chelsea smiled as each snowflake touched the ground. At last, she could wear her new boots. Sitsu, her great-grandmother, sewed them for her, and she couldn't wait to wear them. These are the boots our Athabascan people have used for many generations, and they will be forever warm and light if you do not get them wet, Sitsu explained. Once they are wet, they become very heavy. You'll feel like a raven without wings. You can't fly. You can't dance. Chelsea remembered this as she watched Sitsu draw a line around her feet and trace it on moose skin to make boot bottoms. Basi, thank you. Deniga, moose. Sitsu whistled softly when she sewed. She attached warm caribou fur to the moose skin. Basi, caribou, she whispered. Then she added a piece of beaver fur trim, which sat on top of each boot like little crowns. Basi, beaver, she hummed. Chelsea watched her great-grandmother's needles go up and down, creating a beaded border of flowers. She matched the colors of her beads to the pink Sitka rose and fireweed, and the blue beads matched the forget-me-not flowers. When they were finished, Sitsu braided pink yarn tassels for ties. Chelsea tried the boots on and hugged her Sitsu. Light and soft on her feet, Chelsea thought of the raven who could fly. Off she went outside to dance in the snow. Arms outreached, she twirled and danced and caught snowflakes on her tongue. Curious, a raven swooped down and peered through the trees, and an eagle soared overhead. Round and round she went. She didn't see the moose and caribou or beaver standing there, and she did not see the snowshoe hare hopping by. Chelsea continued to dance until she noticed the days were longer, and the sun's rays were slowly changing the countryside. The snow disappeared, and puddles of water were left everywhere. The moose skin bottoms of her boots got wet. She could barely lift her feet, and they were very cold. Will she lose her boots? Sadly, with tears in her eyes, Chelsea took them off and placed them in the storage cache to dry. Late one night in that quiet cache, you could hear a bump, bump, scritch, scratching sound. And Ermine was tugging and pulling the boots off the hook. He pulled them into a dark corner where no one could see them. Scritch, scritch. A field mouse scratched and clutched at the boots. The next morning, Red Squirrel began storing spruce cones inside one of the boots. The boots were tattered and torn. Lonely days passed, and the nights were cold. A blustery wind and snow swirled its way through the open cracks of the cache. Chelsea's boots were covered with snow until they looked like frosted marshmallows. How would she find them again? The countryside was covered with snow, and it looked like a giant's white quilt. It was once again time for Chelsea to wear her warm winter boots.
"Where are my boots?"
Chelsea cried as she searched the cache. Her mother and father helped her search the cache. They did not find them. Her grandpa and grandma searched the cache. They did not find them. Sitsu searched the cache. No one could find Chelsea's Athabascan boots. Then one day she saw a tiny sparkle that shimmered in the corner of the cache. It was a pink bead attached to her lost boots.
My boots!
She cried. They were dry, but she noticed holes in the toes and wondered if she could ever wear those boots again. They were ruined. Her head down, Chelsea went into the house. Sitsu gave her a long hug and said, "It's okay, Skook. I'll fix them this time. It is important to listen to your elders." Sitsu mended Chelsea's boots and replaced the missing beads.
Bossy, Sitsu,
Chelsea said. As soon as Chelsea put her boots on, she knew she would dance again. They were as good as new. She danced at the potlatch, and everyone in the village cheered and began to dance with her. Hee-ah-ha-ah-ah. One could hear the music far and away. The animals returned one by one as they heard Chelsea's music, and each star twinkled in the moonlight. As the music seemed to float through the air, the aurora borealis danced above their heads, swirling soft strokes of pink, blue, and silver higher and higher in the sky. Hee-ah-hey-ay-ay. Chelsea's boots were light and soft. They made her feel like a raven about to fly. Drum, 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 hee-ah-hey-ay-ay. Off she went to walk in the snow.
I am like a raven dancing in the wind,
she thought.
Alaska is such a beautiful state. I hope you get to visit there sometime and maybe you'll get to see some of those Alaska boots. I got to see some on my visit. Alaska boots for Chelsea. That was our story today. You can join us for a story anytime right here on Storytime on the Back Porch. Be sure to subscribe.